So there's not a lot going on yet. It's spring here and got a potato planted in there that was sprouting. I'm Miss Potato Head today. I'm cooking potatoes and about to put some potatoes on my grill and make like bacon potatoes with them. I just planted some purple coneflower a little bit and mostly bachelor buttons in here. And you see I have some of that Cuban oregano in here. That's all I saved from the freezes here. So hopefully those get going pretty soon because I'm really missing that stuff. And here's a whole bunch of rocket. I think they called it arugula, I think. And you see it's flowering. These will give you a lot of seeds, but you can put these in salads and you can use them just like spinach too. And there's nothing in those pots over there really of note except for this violet right here. I haven't replanted those yet. And here's a bunch of seedlings, some radishes and celtis, and there's some fennels in here that I didn't use because they were probably too small when I planted the ones in my garden and I didn't see them. There's one bronze fennel in here too. See it in there? I saw it this morning. I love those. This is parsley here. It's curled parsley, and this is celery, and then this is dandelion down in here. You're like, why would you grow dandelion? And there's a big celery plant, and even a bigger celery plant right there. Got my grandfather's smoking piece pipes planted in there with my Egyptian papyrus that's got pretty beat up during the freeze, but as you can see it's getting new shoots at the bottom, so I know it's okay. I planted some beans in here along with these elephant ears, and I moved all the big ones out of my garden and decided I wanted them over here. And I have a bunch of whole mix of beans in here, including those Japanese long beans. What was I gonna say? I planted the beans here mostly because the neighbor lady with her cameras, and her camera is right there in that window, so they'll vine up and they'll give me some privacy. Not that I'm doing anything weird over here, I just don't like somebody watching me on their camera. That's like so weird. She's weird, so what can I say? But I've been kind of starting to plant stuff in my garden, and all along in here under these potato peelings I have lima beans planted, and that's it. A whole bunch of lima beans in there. And there's my kaffir lime tree, and there's some stinging nettle. Big old broccoli plant from last year that still hasn't got broccoli on it yet that I know of. Nope, no broccoli. I do use these leaves occasionally just on a sandwich though. They're really good. You see the purple shamrocks, and they're coming out for spring. And this is Malabar spinach coming up in here. You can see the red, well, not on that one you can't, but the stem, see that is red. A bunch of those, that's some chickweed right there, but that's Malabar spinach. That's Malabar spinach. This is that climbing hemp vine, and I'm gonna leave that one in there because I'm afraid when I move I won't have any of this, and I really want to have it. So this in here, I'm not sure what I planted in here. I either planted mustard or I planted purslane, but that does not look like purslane. I planted purslane somewhere out here, dang it. This actually just looks like mustard. And there's another broccoli plant there, but nothing else in that pot. That's nothing, that's just weeds in there, it's useless. And in here, I got a whole bunch of castor bean volunteers coming up that I'm actually gonna move out front and on the other side of where those elephant ears were I just showed you. I haven't done it yet. And I got 2 banana pepper plants, and then 2 tomato plants down there. And then all of those are green beans. And there's fava beans, as you see right here, coming up behind the green beans. A whole bunch of beans this year. I'm full of beans. And so over here, I have some kale in a row, right out here at the front. And behind that is a whole bunch of cilantro. And I just planted snow peas right against that white trellis yesterday. But as you can see, my fennel plants are doing really well that I had on here before. And besides that, I planted some, what did I plant over here today? Something that would, oh, I planted a whole row of dill back here and a whole row of purple coneflowers this morning. And I still got marigolds and still have peppers. They got all new leaves. They got froze and then they leafed out again. So I've got pepperoncini peppers, I've got serranos, jalapeno, and cherry peppers over here. And I think maybe one chili, but it's not big enough to know what it is yet. But as soon as it gets big, I'll find out because it'll start getting peppers. Oh, and there's one of my burdock plants lived from last year. I couldn't believe it. So that's it right there with the big leaves. See if I can get on it better. Yeah. And I saw this came up over here. Excuse the mess. I sort of clean up as I go, you know, because there's no reason to dig all this stuff up, like to keep the dirt clear when I'll just keep having to do it. But then if you plant plants in there, it keeps the weeds from coming up. It does. Mostly anyways. But this, I didn't know what it was. And I've planted mullein before, but I've never had it come up. And I don't know if this is from one of my seeds or if a bird volunteered this, but this is mullein. And I've looked it up on several plant identification sites. I've never grown this before. I'm so excited about this. I'm leaving it right here so nothing happens to it because I don't want to take the chance of moving it and then have it die on me. I'd be very, very upset. So I'm gonna attempt to make a video today, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to or not because my storage is still full on my phone, and even though I've been deleting pictures off of here like crazy, they still won't let me do it. So I might have to post these videos separate from each other today because I can post them to YouTube right from the phone. They just won't let me put them all together and then take that movie off my film maker and put it back into my photos. They'll say, oh, your storage is too full, it doesn't have room. I'm gonna take care of that problem this week. And I need a new phone anyway, so, and I'm not gonna buy an iPhone again. I'm gonna get an Android phone next because I can't stand iPhone anymore. They're just they develop too many problems, and you can't get a hold of Apple customer service, and they're just horrible, you know. So I'd rather just have something else, and hopefully it'll be better. But I don't know, I hear bad things about all phones, you know. It doesn't matter what you get, it seems like. I mean, our technology obviously isn't spectacular, you know, yet. Maybe in 100 years from now we'll have all that worked out.